Hey, hey everybody. How are you? Alright, welcome to my arena. Master ventriloquist Sludgy. Pulling the strings here. So what's up? Guys, we're hosting a... Whoops, I just clicked something by accident. What did I do? What did I just click? Close that. What is that window doing? No. What are you doing, window? Close yourself. I don't know how to close it. Make it go away. No, make it go away. The hell? I got a window on my stream that's just like, I don't know how to get rid of it. Make it go away. Bro. What is that? Alright. Okay, Pawnda May Wrapped Swiss. Welcome everybody. We are live. Sparkle Horse, Red Panda Tummy. What was the deal with that account? I don't want to know. Red Panda Tummy. Very strange. Very strange. Your score half point. I don't know who they are. Alright. Redusa. QJYO728. They'll probably definitely not be here because they joined first. They're playing another game. I love that. They're in another game, a 30-minute game at the moment. Happy Pawn and Brian DeBaum. Alright, 11 minutes till start time. Let's see, I sent out a million messages. No one listens to my messages. No one pays attention to the old messages. I need another way to communicate clearly. Three days ago, we had a follow from I Only Follow Morons. But you spelled follow wrong. Oh. They spelled... Somebody who obviously doesn't like me has followed my Twitch with the name I Only Follow Morons. I_only_follow_morons. But morons can't spell follow right. Follow with an A. Fallow. Fallow. Candle fallow. Fallow wax. What is fallow? I only get followed by morons. Alright. Probably someone I banned recently. Aldisto is out there lurking. We don't know who Red Panda Tummy. You want to tell us who you are, Red Panda Tummy? Red Panda Tummy. The Gingy Chess Club? That's weird. Red Panda Tummy. Who are you? Member since December 1st. Very strong player. 2400. Redusa. QJ playing another game. Happy Pawn. If you guys join, by the way, are Swiss now, you know, don't join the Swiss if you're not going to play. Please withdraw if you're not going to play. So don't forget to unjoin if you're planning on not playing and you're in the tournament, because otherwise someone, you know, loses a game. Not loses a game, they lose the chance to play a game. They lose the opportunity to play a game. You rob someone of an opportunity to play the game if you join Swisses and you don't play. When I create a Swiss like this, edit Pawnda May Wrapped Swiss, there's an option in here to do where is it now? Yeah, must have played their last Swiss game. Only let players join if they played their last Swiss game. If they failed to show in a recent Swiss event, they won't be able to enter yours. Well, that's not really the problem. The last game isn't the problem. Oftentimes, it's like the first game that's the problem. Or just in general, like they're not just missing their last game, like they miss a lot of games. So they should keep, somehow Lisha should keep track, like a sort of... Back in the days, the Internet Chess Club had a system where you get like penalty points or something, like, you know, you should get like a penalty, accumulate like yellow cards for the number of times that you miss. This is sort of stupid, like most have played their last Swiss game. Well, that's just kind of random. A random one-off. We're not going to do that. All right. Gobble troll mops. Gobble roll mops. Small fish on a fork is the translation I've got on my end. Time to shave the goatee, I think. It's getting really itchy. Alright. So, what's up, guys? Are you going to play with us? Gobble troll mops, are you... Oh, did you read our Benjamin Franklin quote? A penny saved is a penny earned. No, that's different. The game of chess is not merely an idle amusement. A lot of very intelligent people would take issue with that. Many believe it is. Several very valuable qualities of the mind are to be acquired and strengthened by it, so as to become habits ready on all occasions, for life is a kind of chess. Benjamin Franklin. How's life without Orban? Much better. I mean, we haven't really felt any direct effects, of life without Orban, but I think everyone is looking to the future a little more brightly now. I'm streaming. Are we not streaming? Or is it just me? Is it myself? Life without Orban. Bye-bye, Orban. Yeah, well, it's going to take a long time for Hungary to heal from the corruption. Alright, so... insert politics here. But yeah, no, everyone feels relieved. I think there's a general sense of relief. The front is already a little stronger. Oh. I mean, there's going to be questions about introducing the euro is not an easy process, And Madar Peter wants to go forward with introducing the euro, but I don't know what kind of timeline that will be. So this is going to be interesting. A lot of changes. All right. I'm in Hungary. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? Where are you coming to here from? Gabel Tromops is in Deutschland. RBB Couture. I can't get Alexa to... Alexa, order a pizza from Domino's. We can't get Alexa to properly load German radio stations. Oh, by the way, good news, Gabel Tromops. My son is going to high school next year, and he's gonna be entering a high school with his program is gonna be mathematics and German. So we're gonna we need German training. Our family's learning German. We'll have 2 German speakers in the house. Russian, probably not a good idea. Some idiots chose Russian in college. This is okay, this is high school, but still. Kind of idiot would study Russian. Yeah. Говорю по-русски язык. Понимаю. Понимаешь? Понимаете? Нехорошо. So, yeah, that was one of the bigger mistakes in my academic life. Live and learn. So what's up? Did they force you? They forced you to learn Gabel Tromops, probably not from East Germany, I'm guessing. Alright. So, we have now Aldisto in the tournament. God Shankar. Very modest name. I'm God Sledgy. You are East German. Holy shit. And you're not far right? What's wrong with you? Not a real East German. If you're not in the far right. Wow. It's kind of like Transylvania. Like everybody in the East, you know, they believe all the Russian propaganda. But I mean, don't all you East Germans believe the Russian propaganda? They're pitting you against your own homeland. Back to the USSR. Oh, I have a game. Okay. Sorry. Don't be sorry. We love East Germans. God Shankar. My wife is from Transylvania, and most of her relatives and neighbors and friends are like right wing fanatics because they've been programmed by Orban, particularly, to hate, you know, Europe. Um, so you're in the minority. Knight c3, a Europe facing East German. Knight c3. I'm not going to play the knight off, not today. I know the classical Sicilian better. But welcome everybody. God roll mops. God Sledgy. Pawnda's excited because he finally got his own lead chess account. Just a little bit of breaking news. Pawnda got his own lead chess account. He started playing on his own. So that's... Oh shit, I thought it was my turn. Whoa. No pre-move. This coffee's too hot to drink. Good evening, Mr. Rolandson. 2 days in a row I get this? Rather obscure move, bishop b5. By a different player, mind you. You think this guy, the other guy played bishop e3. Now apparently g6 is the best here. This can transpose to a... No, actually you can't because your bishop's... Let's see. You can't play queen e2. So if you want to play queen e2, you have to like trade on c6, I guess. Or play bishop e3. Okay, so when was it? Sunday I had a game with bishop e3, and then I looked it up after the simul, and it was like a real variation, which was surprising, because I had never faced that before. But the best move there was g6. This is slightly different. White is castled. I assume this is still, like, g6 dragon is still the best move. How am I? I'm good. I had poker yesterday with crazy gamblers. Why can't I, like, control the chat room? Pawn takes bishop c4, and my bishop's on... It's a little awkward on d7. Because it interferes with my knight's ability to drop back to d7, I find. This is not like a... I wouldn't call this like a tempo gain. It looks like, oh yeah, you gain a tempo, you get another move. But then if I can't drop this knight back to d7, I find there tend to be some issues. Did I do good? I did good. There was this insane Asian gambler on my table. Lucky for that. I could have lost. I mean, it was very, very, very scary, but luckily I didn't. Nothing bad happened. Now, speaking of e5, There's a promotion at the poker club with this the huge jackpot. There's a huge like $40,000 jackpot, or 30 something thousand dollars jackpot, and so there's like millions of gamblers playing at our local poker club, and it's really crazy. Just a chance to win the jackpot. This move is probably dubious by me. Shit. But I don't want to allow e5. You know what I should have considered playing there was queen c7. Or even queen b8. Preventing e5 without undeveloping my knight. Millions of people. It's a small poker club. No. This is not the MGM or, you know, this is not a major casino in Vegas we're talking about. A small poker room. Okay, rook e1. Knight d7, bishop e3. Millions of people. Yeah. Poker scene in Hungary is not good. But we do what we can with it. Who knows what will happen now that Orban's gone? And by the way, the whole gambling infrastructure in Hungary, speaking of Orban being gone, the whole gambling industry was totally corrupt, run by corrupt, you know, bagmen for the government. And who knows what's going to happen now? You know, maybe we'll see more competition and a fairer sort of ground. You know, Orban really lorded over Hungary for the last like 16 years, during which has been the most fundamental period for online poker and you know, even live too. But Hungary was always like very regressive. So maybe they'll allow like more poker clubs, more open competition and stuff like that. We're going to see a lot of changes in Hungary. All right, bishop h6 in every aspect, really. Oops, I lost the pawn. All right, I didn't really lose a pawn. You lost the pawn, but you gained a friend. This whole structure where white takes on c6 in the Sicilian is a common thing that a lot of people do, but I don't necessarily think it's good for white. He's sort of doing nothing well. It's like a panacea type of thing, this like taking on c6. But I mean, the point is, like, you can't access the d5 square, which is the weakest point in position for black and the dragon, particularly. Wow, move 11 subscribed. We thought we lost you, move 11. It's bad enough I lost Asterbait. We can't be losing you. And Sapphire subscribe. Wow, guys, welcome. Welcome back, Move 11, 107 months. He's a founder of the stream, by the way. And stop forgetting. Mr. Rowlandson, why are you not a subscriber? I know Gabble Romops is like anti-Jeff Bezos, so he's not a subscriber on principle. But he supports the stream in other ways. The anti-Jeff Bezos. So, alright. Thank you guys for subscribing. Stop farting to Move 11. Two oldies but goodies. They're not baddies. What is a baddie? There was this game called Wizardry. It was like one of the first computer like role-playing games for PC. I had it for an Apple. And there was a spell that did damage called Badios. It was really stupid. Badios. Stupid name for a damage spell. Alright, so here we go. G5, anyone? Saji is not afraid. I talk about random shit. Late 80s video games for Apple computers. I still have Mr. Coffee is holding my computer for me. I have an Apple IIc from the 80s with all the old software. It still works, although a mouse chewed the connector for the disk drive. I need to get that over here somehow, but shipping's so expensive because of fucking Trump. You know, he destroyed everything, man. Trump's just destroyed everything. Literally. Dude is super annoying. Not Trump, I mean, this opponent. Both, actually. What a creative move, King F6. I agree, thank you. We're gonna have to do what we have to do. Who is God Shankar? It sounds Indian. That's all we know. That's all we know. I mean, Shang, and Shankar. It's an Indian name. I knew a guy named Shankar, but it was spelled without the G. Rook F1. Wow, bro. This is out of control. You are out of control. So, I know what to do. You're out of control. Damn. Out of control aggression. It's mate. You're on the phone. Really? Why would the Esserman questions again? Why do I get questions about Esserman? I don't understand. We shall not speak his name here. It's such a random question. You come on my stream, but it's not your first comment on my stream. Arsenal fan, what's up? Esserman and his openings. Well, the only opening is the Mora Gambit, and it's bad. It's a bad opening. It's good for beginners to learn to play for the initiative, but I don't know why people ask me about Mark Esserman. That's totally random. Don't like the guy. He's obnoxious. He was always obnoxious, but I tolerated him, you know, before. But when he became a streamer, it's even worse. Why he ruined my mood by talking about that guy? Why not talk about someone even worse, like Levi Roseman? Basically, Arsenal fan will contradict anything I say. No, I'm just kidding. Arsenal likes to take the other point of view, you know. He's a contrast. Is that a thing, a contrast? He's not a centrist, he's a contrast. He's an ex-player. He's an excellent player. He's insane and he's obnoxious. Other than that, he's great. Personal stuff aside. Multiple personal stuffs. I never liked the guy since the first time I ever laid eyes on him. I always tried to be nice to him. I really did. You know, he's... Yeah. Why get me started on this? Is some... Did the person bringing that up, the Philosopher's Stone? I just don't ask me to know more about that. This is ridiculous, dude. Don't bring that to my stream. It's a waste of time. Don't play it. It's kind of like the London system, but worse in the other respect. Yeah. We're not going to talk about this. This is old stuff. We're rehashing old stuff. We're talking about new stuff. I hate the Mora Gambit. I always did. I think it's a bad opening. It's a waste of the white pieces. And secondly, yeah, the personal level. But again, why ask me this question unless you want to provoke me? Do you know the late? Did you know the late Daniel Naroditsky? No. I've been living my whole life like in Hungary since he was like hatched. So I never met Naroditsky. But everyone I knew who knew him liked him. Personally, I never met him in real world. Godchenkar is a sort of strange player, no? Yeah, well, we'll just trade. Go back to a safe haven. I have these 4 pawns. It's a nice island. Damn, dude. My F7 pawn is protected. Go gadget arms. The Maui Gambit. Maul, Darth Maul. The Echelon Maul. There's a lot of Mauls. Bro, this guy's like the most annoying opponent of all time. I'm just gonna close the chat room. It's distracting. What's up? Yeah, well, Shankar is a very common name, but I don't know anything about said names. Act now, or forever lose your pieces. No, I have a priority here to play A4 before it's too late. Dude, White's play is on a high level. Very businesslike, very low inaccuracies, and it's just about equal. Wow. It's a draw, man. This is a draw. It's unbelievable. I could probably lose if I try hard enough. This smells like a draw. Take that. Guys played a very defensive kind of game, but objectively, he's made almost no inaccuracies this whole game. The guy spent abnormally large chunks of his time playing bullet chess, it seemed like to me. You know, not to beat it, you know, a kind of sad subject, but he makes a quote about about studying, but it seemed like he didn't study. He spent most of his time playing bullet chess. To me, he had a lot of talent, Naroditsky, clearly. These like bullet marathons and stuff. I mean, imagine if he had spent that time really studying instead. Probably would have made him crazy. Daniel King. Oh, I thought you were talking about. We're talking about Daniel Naroditsky, and you go quoting another Daniel. What's wrong with you? I don't know. I can't see. I need my glasses. But why are you putting a Daniel King quote? Who's Daniel King? That's ancient. I thought it was Naroditsky you're talking about. We were just talking about Naroditsky. Someone asked if I knew Naroditsky. Daniel King. What are you, like, reading chess base ads or something? Dude's gonna flag me now. Alright, whatever. Yeah, apparently no way to make progress. I don't think this guy could lose if I paid him to lose. Oh, that's weird. Now I resign. Weird game, bro. That is a weird game, dude. Godshankar, 0 inaccuracies. Moses. Move 11, it happened again in the last round of the Hungarian Team Championship. Moses was like this 80-year-old guy who lost a drawn rooking game against me. Then a 20-year-old guy did the same thing in the last round. People love to lose like totally drawn rooking games against me. But the funny thing about the last guy, he was trying to like mate me in two. In the process, he like lost the game. My king was in the center of the board. It was very different from Moses. Another dead draw. He made 0 inaccuracies the whole game, and then he went big at the end. With low time, he suddenly made 3 blunders. Well, conspiracy theories. We're not allowed. We're not allowed to have conspiracy theories here. That is weird, like 3 consecutive blunders. Maybe he just got excited and he was like trying to win on time. Rook f4 loses. Wow, I didn't know I was winning. Let's just say that. He's actually lost after this move. I figured, okay, there's some way White can lose a pawn and still survive. Damn, he's just lost. That's crazy. I made 1 blunder, missing a win. And I did make 1 human-like inaccuracy at move 31. It's not easy to win chess games these days, guys. We've got a request to join the team from Apsal. Alright, sorry I didn't get to that sooner. So, next round in 1 minute. As usual, I have really long game. I wish I could like control the chat room in my own freaking tournament. You can't. You can't edit the chat. It sucks. Hate that. The boys. I like how NPC said, anyone watch the boys final? And then Chess Riddle's back and he said, boys. Is that a coincidence? I watched a few episodes of the boys early with my son, but then we just kind of stopped watching it. I'm really into horror sci-fi. Anything with horror. You know, I like any kind of horror, and unless it's really cheesy, and sci-fi stuff. The Boys is kind of... No, it's entertaining. I liked it. It was okay. Alright, so... Here's another very strong opponent. Welcome back, Chess Riddler. 7 seconds to play. Have you seen Watchmen? That's epic. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I was never a superhero fan. Average interest in stuff. Like, I like watching Batman movies, but not a fan of superhero movies, TV shows. 6 months in the hole, man. Chess Riddle, I thought it was more. Chess Riddle, let it go, okay? Let it go. Let it go, dude. You know, let's not talk about that. Let's let it go. Alright, dude? I'm willing to let it go, but if you want to talk about it, that's fine. I'll get you the number for a good psychiatrist, and we can, I'll help you let it go. Alright. We need to let things go. Alright? I need therapy too. What's my favorite series? Who are you talking to? I love this. What is your favorite series? Want to be more specific about who you're talking to? You are. Man NPC. Man NPC is like an academic. He knows everything. And he uses words like you are. By the way, Magnus Carlsen is not the GOAT. I was thinking about this seriously. People say that, right? I don't think so. I was thinking maybe it's Kasparov. I mean, Magnus quit. Fischer quit. They don't deserve to be the GOAT. Kasparov, was the greatest player of modern era. He just... Okay, he did eventually quit, but he stayed on top for a longer time than the other two. Okay, they all quit, basically. It's true. They all quit. I mean, maybe there is no GOAT. But it feels like... And the way that Kasparov quit was more elegant. A little more elegant. But you can't be the GOAT if you, refuse to defend your title after, a couple world championships. And play for Rapid in the main event. I think if there's a GOAT, it's not Carlsen. Fischer definitely can't be the GOAT, because winning one world championship, then quitting the game for 20 years definitely doesn't qualify. Anyway, that's my take. Yeah, Morphe quit too. Of course, for Morphe, it was like he quit out of boredom. No one could really compete with him. He didn't have an endless supply of up-and-coming youngsters like Magnus to keep up with. What are we playing here? Wow. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Shit. It's like weird sort of Rogozin without the E and the C pawns. You're playing the Panov like the Rogozin. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. One thing I do know. The older I get, the less I know, because my brain gets smaller. Now, the one thing I do know is that, well, let's see, bishop pair not as valuable with this structure, the symmetrical structure. There is Brovlik plays for time, very strong time player. I want to use my time here. I mean, it's 7+5, man. That's a very long time control. He just plays too fast. 95 is going to be swapping a lot of pieces. This is an important moment for white. It feels wrong to play 95. I'm concerned about the pin with bishop g4, but I don't know if I should be. Maybe queen b3. That actually attacks d5. Well, I mean, so it's basically it's a Rogozin with these pawns off the board. Queen b3 is a normal move in that position. What's the difference with the pawns off the board? It's more open. E5 is really slow, man. If I just develop my bishop, you're gonna castle. And e2 is like a passive square to put my bishop on. I don't know. I don't think that white has an edge, you know, at all. What the hell happened here? Something unusual. Yeah. He played d4, e6, here, here. And I normally don't play that move, so it's actually it's my fault that we get in kind of a weird position. Alright. It's my fault. My bad. This is not a Rogozin, it's a Caro-Kann, it's a Panov, but it's similar to the Rogozin. But different, because those pawns are missing. You know, in Rogozin, there's pawns on c7 and e2. But I suppose there could be a transition if you played c5 and I played e3 and you swap pawns on d4. But white really, I can't imagine I have any edge here. If I had an extra tempo, maybe. Yeah, I'm not really in playing mode yet. I need like 4 games to get warmed up. The first game, okay, I didn't do anything special. I won a drawn position. The second game now, I'm a little bit more warmed up, but he's so fast. I'm already 3 minutes in the hole. Speaking of the hole, we will talk of this hole. Why d7? Interesting. Why d7? Why not c6? Anyway, that's not important. Why would you move your knight to d7 versus c6? I don't know, but fine. He doesn't want his pawn structure changed by knight takes c7, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't have too many options. Yeah. He's 3 minutes ahead of me, and a very simple game. I wasted a lot of time here trying to find my focus. Mirror the Edge, what did you send me? A game for tomorrow night? I don't think I've even created the study for tomorrow night yet. Tomorrow night's our analysis stream. Welcome, everybody. Move 11, since you're not playing chess anymore, why don't you come by and play one of these tournaments? I'm glad he's still a subscriber. I played poker yesterday. No chess. I don't think I played a chess game in 24 hours, which is like a record for me. Pretty much. I think in the last couple years, last year or so, it's probably quite rare that I'll go 24 hours without playing a game. But last night, we were playing poker, and I'll occasionally play a mahjong on the phone or something, but I don't think I played any chess games all day yesterday. Or today, till now. Mahjong Pro. Monopoly Pro. This is Asterbait. Asterbait favorite. Rook C1. Bishop C6. No. The cheapo, in effect. Alright, you forced me to do the Asterbait maneuver. It could cause problems for me later, but my family of pawns... Pawn family. Rook B1. Rook B1 or Bishop B1? Rook B1? Rook B1 would be creative, not logical. Maybe both, but not straightforward. Rook B1 would be a very subtle kind of move. I don't know. I don't have time for that. Yes, I know. I anticipated this, and we're going to enhance our family of dark square pawns. My bishop surrogates. At the risk of weakening my light squares. By the way, this bishop, maybe he would be also happy on like G2 at this juncture. We can't be allowing bishop f4. Yeah. I mean, I could always think about re-going back, if that's the word. Re-going. Not really a word. Here? Shit, maybe this is a mistake. Oh, actually, this prevents bishop f5. That's nice. Bishop f5, rook f3. That was an unintended benefit of rook e3. The art of doing nothing well. The art of slowly improving. Oh man, I was playing poker with this rapper yesterday. Shall remain nameless. Anyway, he's a really interesting guy, but he was commenting on how patient I am, because he's like a beginner, an amateur, and he's a smart guy, but he's never studied poker. And most people, can't just fold. They want to play every hand, and the guy's like, man, I can't believe how patient you are. You know, I'm sitting next to him. He's just watching me like just fold every single hand while he's like playing every single hand. You know, but chess is kind of like that too. It's very similar in a way. You gotta know when to fold them. Okay, what are you doing there? Oh, I don't like that. The rook c8 business. Playing boring chess is like continuously folding in hold'em poker. Playing solid chess, that is. So what are we doing here? Yeah, I don't know. How about my d pawn, huh? He wants to attack my d pawn. But it's not fun. I told him, look, you can play any two cards. And people, there are great players who play like that, but it's hard to play like that. That means you have to be like constantly using a lot of energy. And in chess, it's the same. To play like Tal, how much energy that takes mentally. With my dementia, there's no way. Now what do I do? Now obviously black intends rook c4. Not to mention intestinal fortitude. Damn, this is mildly annoying. 52 seconds, so now it becomes a blitz game. What the hell am I doing? The more complex your game, the more energy you need, the more details you have to pay attention to. So you're just going to ignore my pseudo threat? Wow. I have no idea. An objective mistake by me to take risks here at this juncture with low time. I have one pawn for the exchange. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. Dude's unbelievable. Wow. Pieces are totally humped. That was a very bad move by me, I think. And a very bad move by him. He missed the win. One very easy win. Oh. What is that guy talking about? They had a 150 move game? Seriously? Isn't the guy like an 1100 or something? Alright, dude. I'm gonna close the chat. He offered a draw. That's always a bad sign. Why is he offering a draw? Hey, thanks for the draw offer. What is that? An admission you're like worse? He only offers draws when he has no losing chances anymore. I mean, no winning chances, sorry. Very generous. That's a very generous spot to offer a draw. When you know you can't win, but you can lose. I don't know what to say. I mean, thank you so much for that draw offer. You're a very generous guy, bro. Speaking of under 50 moves, who's the caveman now? Wait, what? Why am I a caveman? For defending, like, this position? Was I sacked in exchange? I guess he checked the engine and it's clearly a draw. So he offered a draw. He messed it up just enough for it to be a draw. Oh, now he declines. Are you serious, dude? What is your problem? Really? Wow. Game by black. That's two almost perfect games by my opponents today. They just both messed it up just enough, in one case to lose a drawn position, and in the other case to draw a winning position. High level of accuracy by my opponents. Like, scary level of accuracy by my opponents. God Shankar, notice he's checking this game. See what he could do better. So actually Redusa made far more mistakes than I thought, but they were all when I was lost. He plays too fast when he's winning. He was never ever worse the whole game. So my blunder was what? What was my blunder? Phew, bro. Trading queens. Trading queens wasn't my only blunder for sure. This decision to play rook e5 was very impulsive. But I'm sitting there, and I guess objectively, I didn't like my options. Rook d3, horrible. Rook d1, passive. What am I supposed to play? Rook d3. I mean, this is ugly. Why? I don't want to play that. I'm lucky I didn't lose. Now, red Pawnda tummy. Oh, you're kidding me. The guy 1200. Oh, come on. What's going on here? What the hell's going on, guys, with this game? A 1200 drew with a 2400. Is this like a joke? Oh, come on. Who am I going to ban here, bro? This isn't cool. Seriously, this is a joke? Why are you guys doing this? What is this? The fuck is this? How does a 1200 draw with a 2400 player? Alright, anyway. We'll address this later. I don't know who these accounts are, and that looks very strange to me. I thought my game was started. No. Not cool, guys. What is that? What was that? Red Pawnda tummy, a draw with a 1200. Oh, that's a draw. Oh, that's great. I guess the best solution is to, like, ban red Pawnda tummy. Because the other guy, maybe it's not his fault. Yeah. Alright. We'll just do that. Let's just ban red Pawnda tummy. Alright. It's not Brian the Bum's fault. The guy's like trolling him or whatever. But it's not cool. So let's just not do that anymore. Alright, red Pawnda tummy is banned from the team for this bullshit. No room for this playing games and whatnot. You have no credibility here. Let's see. Kick someone out of the team. Alright. Not going to take it seriously. You are gone. You are gone. Alright, he's gone. Anyway, Aldisto is here. Playing the French defense. Yeah, I mean, the guy's a jerk, you know. Why would you waste my time, our team's credibility? Why? So you can mock this 1200 for the winning position? This is absurd. Just treat people with respect, whatever the rating is. Higher rated, lower rated, beginners, grandmasters. So red Pawnda tummy got a totally winning position up 7 pieces and then started shuffling his king back and forth till they made a 300 move draw. He want to play you, I guess? That's not how it works. I'm playing Aldisto anyway. Have a good evening, Arsenal fan. Alright, Aldisto's super fast. I just keep getting really good players. Damn. Everyone is good here. Anyway, I played this once, I think. It's not just I keep getting good players, I keep getting like fast time-based players. Bishop e7 is a bit less common than h6 as far as I recall. I don't remember Aldisto ever playing the French. So I don't know, don't mock people, don't do that. You know, I banned that guy. I don't know who that is. I'm not gonna, it's not like it's a contributor to the stream. It's a random guy now trolling people with 300 move draws. That's stupid. Why would you do that? It's just inane. That's the perfect word for it. It's inane. Yeah, okay, it's a 14-year-old trying to be funny or something because it's an unrated game. It's a 14-year-old thing to do. Fine by me. But I don't think his strategy was like get to play me by drawing. Like, I think he's just being a troll. Anyway, it's good to see Aldisto back. C5. So he did play h6, but like a move later. Actually, when he played h6, I wonder. I would normally play bishop e3 on the previous move. Why am I going to d2 now? Maybe bishop d2 is just a mistake. I don't know. Again, I'm not focusing well, but I mean, this is the normal plan. Move 11 was here. He would recognize that. I had a game with Dragon Kostic years ago where I played this line. Oh! Yeah, making me want to like sack a pawn here. Sack a Pawnda. Bob hasn't been here in ages. What's up with that? The Bob-O-Matic 5000. Bob. Baubles. Well, there are multiple ways to sack a pawn. Doesn't matter which pawn you want to sack. There's also bishop c3. Oh, God. All right. I did not know that my a5 will end my advantage. Well, if you knew that, you would know almost everything. When I played b4, I figured I was lost, but it's not that easy to win it for black. Maybe you could win like 2 pawns on the king side somehow. You didn't want to allow me any counterplay, so you figured you'd trade off all the pawns on the queen side, but in doing so you left yourself with no winning chances. You had to play, yeah, I guess, taking my pawn on h2, letting me take on a6, then something else. Holy shit, bro. Knight d5. What? What is that? Who plays that move? That's insane. You're definitely not playing the right opening. I mean, seriously, the Rubinstein French? Wow. Rubinstein French. This is crazy. So bishop g7, do you do knight f4 or rook g8? Oh my god. I'm just gonna castle, whatever. The Crows. What a crazy move to play. See you tomorrow. What a crazy move to play. Black just leaves the king in the center. He's playing the... Yeah. Not a guy with a real principled approach here. But tactically very, very dangerous. Aldisto used to play the Sicilian, leaving his king in the center all the time too. So I guess he likes not castling in general. He also likes the two bishops, which features here. But I don't know. I don't think this is so bad for me. The guy has no bishop. Basically. I need a plan. Okay, you have two bishops but no development. Yeah. Interesting. This time control, I wish it was even longer. Here we go again. Symbolic pawn placement. Another game where I don't have a dark square bishop. You know, I'd be curious to know what Aldisto's actual over the board rating was. He seems that he's got to be 2200. Tezake. Wow. Where are you? Tezake. Tezake. I don't know how to pronounce it. I pronounce it like it's Hungarian. Tezake. It sounds like a word that probably has been adapted from the Turks into Hungarian or something. The Turkish influence on Hungarian language is very interesting. All right. So here we are. We're having fun. Man, these guys don't make mistakes. Oh, God, Arsenal's here. We didn't even talk about it. Arsenal left. We didn't even talk about the fact that Arsenal won the Premier League. Oh my gosh. I don't follow football, you know. We were watching last night a little bit, the last games. But I mean, it's not my sport. You know, soccer, aka football, not my sport. But of course, with Arsenal fan and stuff, I mean, we should make reference to this. He could have taken with the bishop, right? And then I don't have the sack. You're fathering, congratulations. Full-time working. Part-time fathering. Animal husbandry. Plant dad. That's a lot. That's full-time plus part-time. That adds up to like time and a half. You get paid overtime for that. Bishop b4. The hell, man? This is ridiculous. All right. So I end up a pawn up. If this is camel culture, I'd probably lose this ending. But I think we're okay. We're safe from losing. The engine will tell you whether this is a win or a draw. No. It probably has a good idea, though. We're not near a table base. H4. I'm a little concerned about G5, honestly. So, I'd rather my pawn didn't get backward over there. Though I am putting all my pawns in the wrong color. I don't think it's such a bad problem. Not like they'll have to stay on dark squares forever. I can eventually move them up. But this might be an issue. This could be an issue. Shit. Shit. Look at that. Wow. That's incredible. That is incredible. You just come into he's handicapping. Oh my god. This is crazy, dude. It's like literally playing camel culture. I think the good news is that I won't lose. Holy shit. Maybe H4 was a really big mistake. Who would have thought that? That's incredible. It's fucking incredible. I guess I could eventually move my kingside pawns. Huh? What about that? Yeah, I have to defend here passively. On the queen's side. Am I lost yet? I'm probably not winning. It's incredible. Sure, you're not related to camel culture. Oh. Oh my god. I lose. Wow. Bro. Another game, dude. Are you sure God Shankar isn't playing the same guy? Every time I go to the analysis board, God Shankar is there analyzing it. It's the same exact thing as God Shankar. 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, and only 2 blunders. But only when we got to move 21. Is God Shankar like operating all of these accounts or something? Bro, seriously? I lost this ending? King e6, engine number 1 move. King d5, engine number 1 move. King c4 is a tiny inaccuracy. And now he's winning after king c3. Well, not winning, but he's better. And now I blew this ending with king d1 loses. I have to play f4 right away. Actually, I don't. That's crazy, dude. I mean, seriously? You come out of nowhere to playing games like that against me? All he does is play bullet games. No inaccuracies the whole game until move 30 by black. That's so weird, dude. Watch this. Queen b6, engine number 1 move. And I didn't have the courage to sack a pawn, so I played this. I expected bishop b4, but now he comes up with this move. Knight to d5. For reals? Really? That is crazy, dude. I had to play for a draw. I'm lucky I got out of this. He let me off the hook. He let me off the hook here. And this is actually... I didn't have the courage to play queen takes e6. I lost this ending. This is insane. I lost this ending. That breaks my heart to lose that ending. Oh my god, dude. How could I lose? I mean, draw is one thing. How could he not have... I don't understand how the engine calculates this shit. How can they say he made no inaccuracies? That needs to be overhauled. I mean, come on. Black made no inaccuracies. Black made tons of mistakes. What are they talking about? No? Doesn't seem right. So he made 2 blunders. No inaccuracies, no mistakes. Really? I can't even win my own Swiss Rapid tournament. Adesso comes back after like 6 months and wins it instantly. Alright, let's see. No, I'm pissed now. Oh, I thought it was a total draw. I forgot you had bishop takes h6. Rook g1. It's a g pawn, not an h pawn. He just happens to have the bishop on f4, so he can recapture with the bishop on h6, and it's not a draw. You have to see that, like, in advance, you know, for those of you who aren't paying attention. I don't remember what I'm doing here. Is this even good for me? I don't know. Uh-huh. And so you switch plans? I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll be the first one to admit it. I feel like I'm drunk. That's fine. The H file, isn't that worth something? You don't care about the H file? What if I... Drunk? I feel like I'm drunk. I have... But, you know, look at this guy. He's used 6 seconds for the first 11 moves. Why are we playing 7 plus 5, dude? At least Aldisto used his time. Why do you guys hate thinking so much? I don't understand what you guys have against thinking. The majority, I mean by you guys, I mean the majority of people that play in my stream, why do you hate using your time? It's 7 plus 5. It's not like plus 3. It's plus 5. That's a lot of time, dude. That's like a 12-minute game or 10-minute plus game. I mean, he plays the first 12 moves in 5 seconds. At the end of the day, I think the problem is that people, they play like Bullet, and then they come online and they play in my tournament, and they keep playing like it's Bullet. You know, they can't switch. They can't make the switch between one and the other. It's hard. Okay, I don't know why I have like very, very bad brain today. I am player of chess. Wow. By the way, Bogachog, how's Bogachog's health bar? Did the health bar get fixed, by the way? Would you like a health bar? Did we fix the health bar? Where the hell is it? Stream boss. Oh yeah, there it is. It seems to be visible. Okay. It's visible. It's just kind of small. Yeah, it's just kind of small. It's like opaque. I think I might have made it opaque by accident. Let me see if I can fix it. Visual settings. Transparent background. No. Okay, that's better. We fixed it. Yay! Alright, we did something. Oh, bro. I made the background opaque so you couldn't see it. I don't know where to put it now. It's blocking other shit. Alright. A little bit smaller. Just see it there. So, Knight or Fen game. Nidorfian. Black's good here. This is a great position. You failed to gain an opening advantage. But still white's probably okay. My brain hurts. Shit, you think this is still playable for white? I'm surprised I haven't gotten to the point where I'm just like hanging pieces and stuff. That's what's gonna happen next. I mean... I had a coffee, everything, nothing helped. It's not like I have a hangover or something. I mean, I drank like 3 little bottles of Corona yesterday. Last night. Maybe I'm just a little bit sleep deprived. Not feeling that sharp. It's not about alcohol. Better quality, you need better quality sleep. So it takes yeah, now the thing is, I can take your knight or I can not take your knight. Problem is, it's complicated. Knight back. Yeah, I mean, okay. I stole a pawn. Yes, he plays fast. Come on, guys. Don't forget tomorrow night, analysis stream Thursday. Gobble Roll Mops, what about you? Do you play, we don't hear you talk about, like, playing rated games or league games or anything. Do you have any real chess games? I know you used to play sometimes over the board tournament. We haven't heard anything from that front or on that front for a while. So inquiring minds want to know, what about the troll mops? Too much work taking people out of the vats. Too much, no time for tournament chess. The company's not paying for your psychiatric treatment for trauma, traumatic stress disorder. PTSD. No cave diving. Vat diving. I can't believe I lost a pawn up endgame. I mean, a draw is one thing, but I mean, losing is another. That's ridiculous. That's really ridiculous at this point. So what are you doing? You're trying to cheapo me with like g5, bishop g4? I have tons of time. From time to time, mostly bad. Well, that's the problem. You don't have time to take it seriously. By the way, guys, is anyone out there? I was elected by my team the most valuable player of our team for the season. By my fellow players. My fellows. Check. Check. Well, there's always check. Bishop A2 check. That can't hurt, right? We throw that out there. Can't hurt. It hurts! Yeah, he's going coffee house. I'm MVP. Imagine you start with your new team, and in the first 3 rounds, you have a half point out of 3. What are the chances you're going to be like season MVP for your team? With Slaggy, it's possible. I did this similar thing at the World Senior. It was very similar. I started with a relatively early loss at the World Senior and went on a run, you know. And the same thing happened at the team championship. I lost a game in September, then another one to this guy who played like a computer away from the board 3 times. I'm still thinking he might have been the first person to ever cheat against me over the board, though very hard to prove. And he has a decent street rep, but it was very strange. So I lost 2.5 out of 3, then came back and finished with 6.5 out of 10. So I won 6 out of my last 7. I got 6 points out of my last 7 down the stretch to help my team avoid relegation. Very proud. With a little bit of help from my opponents, who collectively lost 2 drawn rook end games in that 7-game stretch. Don't take unnecessary risks. Your opponents will just lose drawn rook end games. Wait, I have something here. I have lots of moves. Knight d5. Knight takes a c2 check. Okay, knight c6 isn't a good option. What's he thinking about? c3. Knight d5. He has no good square for his bishop a7. That's messed up. That's a really messed up variation. c3, knight d5, bishop a7, b5. When his bishop is attacked by my rook on d7. There's a crazy line. He's almost getting mated here, by the way. In some weird lines. Imagine this. I'm almost starting to see the board. It's the clearest my head has been all day. We need a Kraken emote. I know, that's good. Good point. We do need a Kraken emote. Somehow at some point Mr. Coffee took the like Kraken crypto, you know, and put it in one once, but we can't be stealing the crypto one. We need our own. Yeah, I'll have to make a Kraken emote. That's a good point. I can make something up with what's it called? I have some programs, some good programs. I can't remember the name of it now. I'm not talking about AI stuff. I mean, like real. I can't remember shit. Okay, our opponent is falling apart. The other thing I couldn't remember is how to play this line with black. I'm not sure I ever really knew it, but I had a concept at one point. I don't play the Najdorf much, but the Kraken made me like the Najdorf just riddle. I figure if you can play the Kraken, then you can play the Najdorf. Najdorf's like, it's like easy compared to the Kraken. It's like an improved Kraken. It helps us. In the Kraken, you're lucky if you get a Nidorf kind of position. Took forever to play that. Probably best move. Rook d7. Bro. Dude, he's pretty dead. Oh, he's bishop g4. That's not good. Bishop g4, not good. I missed that. Dude, that's a nice move. That is a nice move. Wow. Wow. Look at this. There's some crazy lines here. Bishop g5. Rook g5. Rook g1. I'm actually pretty good tactically when it comes down to it. Bishop g5, rook g5, rook g1, h1. So I just don't know the name of the coordinates. Doop, doop, doop. What? Incredible. I think he saw that. Rook d8. Rook d1? Rook d8. Bishop takes. Okay, so I have to do this. Oh my god. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You telling me I dropped a piece? That's so weird, dude. So I lose this game while I was winning the whole time? Whatever. So all he wants to do is play bullet chess. And he started playing once he was like super low on time. Whatever. We're just here to play bullet chess. Not to take Saji's stream seriously. It's so sad, dude. He instantaneously played that move. Bishop e4. When I sacked a piece with a fancy move, bishop takes g5. Like he was anticipating it. Dude, that's so crazy. Oh no. Oh my god. Do you think this is Demetrius? Wow. Oh my god. I blundered again. Let's fucking blunder everything. This is crazy, dude. You're totally lost the whole game until that one move tactic. That's insane. That's not normal. That's not normal, dude. He's minus 2.3. Watch this. I played bishop takes g5, and only bishop c5 wins, he plays it instantaneously. Instantaneously. With 5 seconds left on the clock. No, he played it in 1 second. He gets 5 seconds bonus. He had 4 seconds left and he started when he played this move. Are you like watching the stream and anticipating my moves or something? Whatever. It's fucking not my day. I have the weirdest games today. What do you mean? Why does it say I'm playing the game? Are we not playing? The round didn't start yet? Okay. That was ridiculous. He made 9 inaccuracies. Why do I have a message? Twitch. Notification. Get outside and go live. Oh. Alright. Staffhagen. Staffhagen lost to God Shankar. Analysis board. Staffhagen played the Stonewall attack. Not a great idea. My first opening. It looks like G4. Not easy to play a Stonewall attack. He was winning. Yeah, that was a real game. They made tons of mistakes. I had the weirdest games today. Alda still won? Oh, I thought he lost. That's weird. It's really weird. Okay, I don't understand. He wasn't playing Aldisto. I don't understand. What the fuck is going on here? God Shankar didn't play Aldisto. It was Staffhagen, and they're different people. Oh. Yeah, Staffhagen and Aldisto are different people. And that's why he played the Stonewall attack. And now it all makes sense. Now it all totally makes sense. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm in 10th place. My worst result ever. Although, I actually played pretty well, I think. Almost a perfect game in the first game. Second game was a decent game. The third game was also a decent game. I've been, like, blundering. I actually played pretty well today, except for really weird blunders. But Aldisto, yeah, we really are curious what Aldisto's over the board rating is. Now he's playing D4, knight of 6, G4. That's just diss, dude. That's insane. That's diss. You're just totally dissing your opponent with that move. That's a crazy game. Check it out. When I play games, my center pawn loss is like 10, and my opponent's center pawn losses are like 10. They had 71 center pawn loss. This guy's winning the tournament. He just played a game with 66 center pawn loss. He's winning the tournament 4-0. His opponent had 84 center pawn loss. 7 blunders, 4 blunders. For real? Well, they're obviously both using engines. Dude, that's ridiculous. Alright, now I can just relax. I lost a happy pawn. Oh, it was a forfeit. Alright. I forfeited last time. Sorry about that. We had a situation where it was an arena, I think, and I must have not made a move in time for the game to count. I can't believe I've lost a pawn up endgame. Now another totally winning position because I had to get fancy. I had more time. I had more time against Apsal. Outplayed him the whole game, and then he makes the one move tactic. He played the one move tactic in 30 seconds. I mean, in 1 second. Half a second. 30 milliseconds. Whatever. They're called milliseconds. Millipedes. Bishop c5. Happy pawn is 1400 but knows the main line. Wow. I had the same game last week. Or Sunday. Sorry, I have dementia. Bad result today. Everyone tries so hard against me. Sucks. I'm losing my mystique. Lose to everybody. Happy pawn, you know this? You know this. Jeez. If you're 1300, you're 1400, you shouldn't know the main line of the freaking Najdorf, dude. That's not important. Right? Just Riddle? I don't know. I don't think this is a priority. Okay, now he's on his own. Knight takes c6. Don't waste your beginner chess period learning openings or memorizing openings. Not that important. Middle games and end games are far more important. Strategy, tactics. You shouldn't be playing the sharpest line of the Najdorf. Black is better. Knight takes c6 is b file. You have knight a4 now. Huh. Wonder if knight a4 actually holds. I was thinking knight a4, knight e4, knight b6, knight d2, knight c8, knight takes f1. I've never seen that happen before. That's insane. Okay, if knight b4, I could just play queen b4, I guess. Trade queens. Man, I'm not competitive this tournament. Audista ruined it, winning that endgame. Unbelievable. I lost to the Rubinstein French. Knight d5 move. That's insane. Sometimes I don't understand people's motivations. Like, why do you play such a passive opening and then play it aggressively as the Rubinstein French? He gambles with a sharp, sort of dubious move. Play a sharp opening to begin with. Yeah, play the St. George or something if you want to avoid theory. Knight d5 move, I can't believe that. Of course it wasn't sound. His king's in the center of the board. I could castle, sack my f or b pawns. Instead I played bishop c3 like a coward. Because I'm tired and I have no self-confidence in my current condition. Yeah, I thought I was alright, but I'm like sleep deprived. It's not a hangover situation. It's just like straight up sleep deprivation. I thought I slept enough, but I didn't. I tried to take a nap this afternoon, like a siesta, but it's so hard to get proper sleep when you take a nap, you know. Look at, he found knight a4. There used to be a word. Look at, that's like a slang word. from my childhood. But anyway, I want to take a look at knight. I want to take a look at knight takes e4, which Apsal probably already refuted tactically. Some sort of insane move. Knight takes e4. Knight takes b6. Knight takes d2. Knight takes c8. Knight takes f1. Then you have like knight takes e6 check. That's nasty. That's not going to work. So basically, if I go back, I had already calculated this, guys. By the way, queen c7, e5, takes, queen d8 mate. Okay, that's easy to see. So you serious? I have to go here and trade queens against the 1400. I don't mind trading queens against 1400, but I would rather play something, you know, sharper. You guys are just not serious, in the words of Alonso Zapata. It would be funny if I got mated. Yeah. Just take an f6 and then you mate me on d7. Right? He saw it. Oh no. Oh no. We need a Kraken. Oh. You said we need a Kraken emote, but I need to play the Kraken. I've been playing the Sicilian. Yeah. Oh no. By the way, this is a short game, of course, very stupid, but I can't believe this has actually happened. Wow. People have actually played this. Even Rajabov has a game where he did this with white. That's unbelievable. And the engine says that white is slightly better. Knight a4 is a real move. I don't believe it. Alright, that's like right away though. He castled. And then rook b8. And now knight a4. This position has never happened in a real game. Yeah, and I have to play queen b4. Check it out. It's forced. Okay, knight takes e4 loses. It loses. We figured that out. I figured that out. I'm so good. But realizing that this is my only move, you know, that takes some thought. But happy pawn, you know, playing aggressive opening. Okay, you're playing someone 1,000 points higher rated. You played e5 like almost instantaneously. Dude, there's a queen trade on the table. This is a sharp position. You can't make an instantaneous move. What are you, like a computer? Computer can make an instantaneous move. Okay, Aldisto is playing God Shankar. The gods. Yeah, this is Aldisto's Philidor. Didn't play that against me. I don't know why. What? Not the Philidor. It's a Sicilian, actually. Aha. He does the Black Lion Philidor a lot. This was actually his old Sicilian. Black can recapture either way here, but I guess with the pawn on a6, I don't know. It's actually safer to play it this way. White has like queen g3 sometimes. Aldisto really takes the bishop thing to an extreme, liking bishops better than knights. In my opinion, the game against me was a good example. Another good example. So Castle Queenside is good. Here's a perfect game after 1400 Najdorf. Kramnik and Svidler. No, but Queenside Castles is good. You know what, though? Do you know what that is? Chess Riddler. See, that's the trick. It's not a Najdorf anymore. I'm transposing to a line I used to play. It's a Queen B6 Richter Rouser. So that's my solution to the black side of the Najdorf. If I face the poison pawn, I don't have to play the poison pawn. I can chicken out and play a kind of line that I played before. It's actually a Richter Rouser. I mean, I don't know the theory of the Richter Rouser of the poison pawn enough. I played it once and lost, you know. So I'm just copping out. I'm copping out into a Richter Rouser. And white is better in those lines, but it's like whatever. It's still not as scary as the poison pawn. Like in the poison pawn, the theory's like 30 moves deep, and if you make one mistake, you're toast. It's a nightmare. You know, that's why I never played the Najdorf until recently. My whole life I avoided the Najdorf because it was ridiculous. Like, but then I realized that hey, it's like probably black's best move. Maybe play it, but then you have to deal with this poison pawn, or you know, most people play like bishop e7, but it's not really that great for black. You know, in the bishop g5 Najdorfs, the bishop e7, it's a very passive setup for black. I don't know. Everyone just plays that because it's like the safe thing to do, but realistically, I think it's better for white. I mean, so it's a problem for me. If I want to try to play the Najdorf, I got to come up with something, you know. Anyways, what is going on here? Aldisto's gone fully coffee house. I like how he played the French Rubinstein against me. I still can't get over the knight d5 move. With your king in the center of the board, you sack like... That's such a crazy move. You're sacking g7. You're threatening knight f4. White can castle both ways. That was the tournament right there. And he played knight d5 against me. And I chickened out. Not going into one of those sacrificial variations, but instead playing it safe. If you're gonna play it safe, you can't fucking lose a pawn up endgame. You know, you got to at least draw the pawn up endgame. I lost the tournament right there immediately when Aldisto played knight d5. That's such an insane move. That was like 4th on the list of Stockfish suggestions. Like the 4th best move according to the engine. Just the fact that it's even playable at all is disturbing. I think I made a mistake, right? I played bishop d2 instead of bishop e3. Hindsight is 2020. What I like about Aldisto, though, because we played a lot, is that he's a good bullet player, good blitz player, but he also uses his time. Like he did against me, he used his time. I don't like his players that use no time, because that's stupid, you know. You're developing very bad habits. Use the time you're allotted. Um, if you don't use it, you're just wasting it, you know? And then be able to play well when you get down to the increments. That's what Aldisto does. That's what I try to do. Don't be afraid to get into time pressure. Just embrace it. I saw a great quote today. What was it? Mark Twain? Oh, I can't remember. That helps you guys, doesn't it? I gotta remember who it was by. Anyway, the point of the quote was like it's important to have fear, but not be like controlled by your fear. You have to have fear, yet learn to deal with it. I think a lot of people are afraid to get in time pressure, so therefore they play too fast. Because they're afraid of time pressure. They're afraid of being in time pressure. So their solution to being afraid of being in time pressure is not getting in time pressure, playing too fast. What? I think that was a mouse slip. My guess is that he intended rook d7. Right. Looks like a mouse slip. Yeah, rook d7 is the best move. That's sad, dude. Gotchenkar mouse slipped. Rook d8. Lucky Aldisto. After rook d7, white is a tiny bit better, actually. Unlucky. There's still one game ongoing. Oh, Stefano 8 against Ruin. Ruin, welcome back. Wow. What kind of sort of stone wall was this? Yeah, here's another example of a player who can use his time. Jeroen uses his time. Stefano does not use time. Well, Stefano has like the worst score against me of all time, even though he shouldn't, because he's 2000. He has like the worst score of anyone on Lead Chess against me, basically due to bad time management. Even when he had like a winning position, I think he only drew. So, what the hell is going on here? You're in grabbing a pawn while defending, whilst. Draw, guys. This is a draw. Just draw. Oh my god. It's not normal. King f6 is not normal. Bro, it's a draw after king e8. You're ruined. Come on. It's a draw. King e8 forced draw, no? Okay, it's not a forced draw. White can go back to like g3. But he should take the perpetual, I think. Rationally speaking. How can Jeroen play king f6 here? It's like he didn't realize that king e8 was even an option. But you're threatening mate, man. I mean, you know, it's not like the guy can just do whatever he wants. King e8 is the only move that draws, but it's like you gotta consider, okay, king f8, yeah, there's this. King f6, he missed this. Thought he had king e5. I mean, come on. King e8, he's got nothing. I think that Stefano would have gone back and tried to win on time or something. But objectively, White should take the draw with Queen C8. It's a draw. Draw by repetition. He's a clear pawn down with his king exposed. And his only way to avoid, a draw is by going back when he's down 3-1 on the queen side. So we're seeing some bad blunders here. Augusto winning the tournament. Looks good, but very shaky. Stefano in second place. Got Shankar in third. Not my night. I don't think I'm going to make the podium tonight, guys. Okay, so Chess Riddler, did you play? You didn't play. Uber Driver was here for one game. Uber Driver lost to Augusto. Of course he did. Wow. Uber Driver lost to Augusto? What was that? What was that? Two bishops? Oh, dude, you're seriously playing this against people? Oh my god. So, I don't know about e5, What's Black's best move here? G6 is also good. Probably I like G6 better. E5 is technically the best move. Knight F3. And then Uber Driver plays Bishop D7. That's a weird move, no? Bishop D7. So it turns into a Philidor gambit. I wonder who's pushing this trash for White. If Augusto started playing it, it makes you wonder. Some YouTuber or something. It's Simon Williams. Has some games there. It's embarrassing, dude. Simon Williams lost to Nevednici. And then Nevednici played it. He turns around and plays it himself and loses to Chirilla. Why would Nevednici play this? He's like a good player. Simon Williams just does it for the like visibility of it. And Gareev. I can't believe Alice is playing this. Yeah, that's great for a bullet tournament, dude. I mean, it's fine for a bullet tournament, but don't play it in rapid, man. Oh, you're a Simon Williams fan. That's why you play the Philidor? Oh no. And the wing gambit type stuff? Don't play this in rapid, though. Come on. It's fine for bullet and maybe blitz, but poor Uber driver. Yeah, that's funny though. I would have played d6. I think the e5 is an interesting question though. The computer, it thinks that g6 is a tiny bit worse than e5, but who knows if you let it think, very, very long depth, what it comes up with. It may be that like ultimately g6 is better. But I figure I'm not going to play like Gareev. He's been exported back to Uzbekistan. I'm unlikely to face Timur Gareev in any tournaments coming up. So I never really gave that opening like a lot of thought. Nevednici played it against a fellow grandmaster. That's really moronic, and he deserves to lose. Not his style either. That's weird. I don't know why he would do that. Nevinici's a great player. All right, let's refresh here. Stop Oregon, and I'm 2 minutes in. Oh my God, Stop Oregon's trying to tell me you and I didn't understand what you meant. Sorry. Time odds. Sorry, Stop Oregon, I did not understand, and your other comment was obscured by chat paused due to scroll. So we were obscured. You were obscured. Refresh the page. I couldn't see that. Sorry. I'm here. Seriously. But seriously. Seriousness. In all seriousness. Do it, we know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be like giving you time odds. That was not intentional by any means. I'm already like too slow as it is. So this is kind of interesting, actually. I don't have a choice. I mean, E5 or trade. Whatever. This feels wrong though, doesn't it? I'm letting you transpose to a normal Panov by exchanging. So the point is, like, I should play E5 objectively, but I don't like closed games. It's time control. So objectively I have to play E5 there. Is that what you're telling me? Black now can recapture either way. Clearly one capture is better than the other. No, I'm just kidding. It's absolutely impossible to say which of these captures is better, in my humble opinion. One is a French exchange, one is a Panov. He goes with the Panov, with the French, which is weird because he's a Caro-Kann. He's really kind of playing the Caro-Kann, but fine. Okay, I'll go on. I'll put an opinion down here. I think the other way is better, taking toward the center. Although they're both playable. C6 is a tiny bit on the passive side. So I guess that would be my opinion. Like, okay, here you're playing an exchange French Godiva variation, or no, it's called a Monte Carlo variation, right? I'm thinking of something else. The Monte Carlo variation. By the way, Ohodnik has a book about this. But C6 is a relatively passive move for black. So that would be my take, you know. If you have to choose between one or the other. Okay, in the other way you're playing E6, maybe you don't play that variation of the Panov. But I would assume you do, I don't know. You might play a Panov with G6 or something, then that would be inappropriate. This is solid. My brain is just gone. Guess I stayed up too late last night. I had a really bad poker session on Saturday night. It was a terrible game. I ended up losing, and then like even losing more because I was like trying to force it. After a horrible like nothing night, I ended up just gambling and losing even more. And last night I won a lot, like a lot more than I lost on Saturday night. So it was great, but I still am not feeling like I got enough sleep. I came home pretty early too, but I still couldn't get to sleep. It wasn't the poker. I stayed up too late last night. I was prepared to play until like 3 a.m. I ended up coming home at like 11. And then I still just wasn't able to sleep until, like literally 3 a.m. That was the program. That was supposed to be the program. So, I remember I lost one time playing this opening against the guy Erde Jambor like 15 years ago. Bishop b4. But he didn't play c6. I don't think c6 is too passive. It's not the best line. It's like white playing c3 in the exchange French. Can you imagine that? You know, sometimes when white plays the c3 Sicilian and you're black, and you go e6, and they go like, you know, c3, e4, c3, d4, and then they exchange pawns on d5. It's that, just with reverse colors. This is a weird move. Counterintuitive. What's your plan? If you have to play the exchange French, then you definitely should play c4. Monte Carlo variation. To be honest, it's the only way to play the exchange French. It's actually kind of interesting if you're like a specialist. Very defined structure now. White is better with that knight on d7. I had a game against Novik in the Petrov where I did like bishop e7, knight f8. I mean, what are you gonna do? Knight b6. Queen e7 check. Not recommended at this juncture. What if you play bishop e4, like the Ragozin, like I had earlier, Redusa? You can do that. You don't like your bishop? Trade it off. It's a winnower. Stavvargan's using time, thank God. Someone's not playing for time. So he's drifted into a really passive formation here. White is much better now. Stavvargan looks like I feel. This is an ideal symmetrical position for white. Yeah, we're kind of close to my game with Novik from the World Senior, I guess. Rook e8, knight f8. Years ago. It was 2 years ago. What to do? Dogmatic moves. Rook e1, bishop f4. I can't think. I can't think. I can't think. My brain is broke. By the way, have you guys noticed my camera doesn't blur? This other camera, actually neither of them does. The Pawnda camera used to blur. Doesn't do that anymore. That's weird. H6. Bizarre move. H3. Not as bizarre. Do as I say, not as I do. He plays h6 for what purpose? What purpose is h6? To stop bishop g5? Ooh, we dropped to 10 viewers. Someone good must be streaming. Now bishop d6. You stop my bishop f4. Now it makes sense. Now I understand. You prevent bishop g5 and then you take away bishop f4. Alright, screw that, man. What am I gonna do? I think he's a genius. He's a Stonewall player. What am I going to do? Play f4 with my rook on e1? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Of course there. What else would he do? I don't know what to do. He cannot put pressure on d4. One thing I know, though, is you don't play f4 with the rook on e1. Harry Nelson Pillsbury would be... He would be horrified by that. Alisto, I guess, is going to win the tournament. I was out of commission today. But we have some games to analyze. I don't know what happened to me today. Knight g6. Your only plan is rook c8 or knight c4, some combination thereof. This is a pawn sacrifice. It's apparently a pawn sacrifice. I have total dominance of the center here. Shouldn't that be worth something? No, it's not total. My dominance is not total. Screw the pawn on b7. Yeah, but this is the point, right? BFD, you might say. But it's a BFD. It is. It's a deceptively BFD. It's subtle, but white is killing it here. The key is the presence of opposite-colored bishops. Poocb. That's pronounced P-O-O-C-B. Poocb. Presence of opposite-colored bishops. You're threatening me with queen b6? Every game becomes a bullet game. Queen b6, of course. Oh my god. That's incredible. It's like the best game I played today. Almost consciously a good game. Oh my god. One mistake. I had to get one in there. One mistake. So what's my mistake? No way. Oh, I had this move. I didn't even see it. D takes E6 was possible. What is that? That's not very exciting. So the point is what? If bishop takes C3, I have E7. You actually have to calculate bishop takes E1. That's not enough. Alright. No, I didn't see that at all. But I think instead of knight C4, you should have played rook C8. This was better. But in the opening, we talked about that. Which recapture is actually better? White's best move is C5. Okay. Here. Yeah, I expected knight takes D5, snap bargain, first of all. I think you should play knight takes D5. Secondly, well, before that, what did we say? Before that, this other capture here. So, ED5. It's funny, everybody played E takes D here. It's so weird. 4 for 4. But it's not clear that it's better than C takes D. Isn't that strange? Isn't that kind of strange? 4 for 4 with an average rating of 2,400. All 4 players. In fact, one of them is against Ochotnik. Check it out. He wrote a book on this, I told you. Ochotnik beat this Irish guy. Probably not a bad player, I don't know. 2344. And the engine says they're equally good. It's funny that everybody played E takes D. Now, Kostic, of course, because he's a French player. Look at that. Watch the evaluation drop. Stockfish here says 0.3 advantage to white. And then you do C takes D, and it drops to 0.1. Whereas if you do E takes D, it drops to 0.1. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. But I don't know, man. That's a weird position. God Shankar. That's a draw, boys and girls. But QJ is trying to get mated or something. QJ could lose this. Oh my god. Wait. Who's white and who's black? Yeah. QJ, you need to just pretend you don't have a pawn here. Demonstrate the draw. This is a very important endgame. It's the easiest draw in the world. You just have to know one thing. That's not really the optimal move. Now he may be lost. Very fundamental endgame. Rook, G3, you cut off the rank. You can't let him cross. And when he pushes the pawn to D3, then you go down. So, going back a couple moves here, this is very, very important. You play Rook G3, there's no way for black to win. When he pushes the pawn to D3, then you go down to the back rank. And you start harassing him from the back and from the side. But you played it too early. So now he can hide in front of his pawn. And now you lose. Well, actually, maybe you don't. If he doesn't know what he's doing. He needs to know what he's doing. Black is winning now. Bro, this is a very important endgame. I mean, there might still be a way to save it. I don't know. I don't think so. That's fundamental. I don't think that black's playing this right either. He should have just played King D2 there. So you get the impression that God Shankar also doesn't know what he's doing. Why not just play King D2? What does Rook B1 do? You need to rinse and repeat. Now you gotta like go back. First of all, you know, maybe go to h1, play king c3 again. White can get the king back in position now. You missed your chance to play king d2. Very huge mistake by black. I'm not sure. No, clearly he doesn't know what he's doing. Black doesn't know what he's doing. Lessons. Black's just moving back and forth, bro. What are you doing? Trying to make progress here. Now you're winning. But white needs to know the third rank, you know, defense. That's easy. Very easy. Maybe the most important position in rook in games. Probably. You don't know how to defend rook and, you know, rook and king against rook and king and pawn in that situation. I mean, you're going to lose every time. This is easy now. He's cut off by 2 files. Even 1 file's enough. But this is overkill. So now black just has to build the proverbial bridge. Not rook f4. Actually, rook f5 would be better. This is painful to watch, man. Black doesn't know endgames. They both don't know what they're doing. You can't do it with your king alone. There's nothing that white can do to save the game. But black has to know how to win. Now this is actually suboptimal, but it's probably good enough. Rook f5 may be the best. The rook f5 you can't get attacked, so therefore rook f5 is better. Now you get attacked, so you have to move it again. You're still winning. That's good enough. It's good enough. Now the only move to try is like rook e3. So if you queen, I can sack the rook on d1. No other move will save us here. Are they like watching me talk about this endgame? King f3. Again, there's no other move. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's over. Okay. Yeah, it's king f3. You might as well just resign. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So, very bad failure of endgame technique there. But God Shankar also didn't know what he was doing. Now, if God Shankar loses and I win, I can still finish in the top 3. So it's a really good result tonight. Phew, bro. I lost 2 games and drew 1. That was a bad patch. There I was winning. I lost against Apsu. I was winning. I was drawing against Out of Stone. I lost. And I was lost against Redusa, but I drew. Alright, guys, last game. Tomorrow night is analysis stream. Don't forget to donate and subscribe. Right? Right. Hey. Oh. By the way, Pawnda has his own Lee Chess account now. I mentioned this earlier, but I got off the subject. So that will be featured in future streams. Pawnda will start playing at some point. Pawnda is my Smurf account. Is it just Pawnda? He has an implant in his brain from Elon Musk. Oh, I forgot he doesn't have a brain. Yes, you do. I'm sorry. All right. Just kidding. Yeah, I can't play seriously on my account. No. That's somebody else. No. No. Well, we'll see. There'll be a big reveal. No, there's somebody else made up on the account. Yeah, no, unfortunately that's taken. You'll have to wait, like everybody else, to find out. In the next couple weeks, I'll do a Pawnda stream. Yeah, unfortunately that was taken. Yeah, some fan along the line, I guess. I do it spelled with a P-A-W-N. So I assume that was one of our fans at some point. You ruined good game. Does Jeroen normally not play the Pierts? He does play, I think you should, if you like the St. George, Jeroen. Sludgy variation. Theoretical novelty. I've been waiting to play this. It's just a move. What can I say? But now we have a legit question. Queen E3. Queen E3 is just weird. It would just be weird. Everything's possible until it's not. It's a King's Indian. Look. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's a King's Indian Samish. Well, actually, it's really not unless you play G6. But when I looked at this with the engine, we got into a thing. It ended up being very close to a King's Indian Samish. Or even another kind of King's Indian, even weirder kind of King's Indian. Unfortunately, not loving that. Knight coming to C6. I guess we should go with the Benoni here. sheer power projected onto b5. See, I'm kind of in my element. If you get me playing d4. When I'm tired, I probably shouldn't play e4 at all. At the end of the day, that's almost certainly a point that should be adhered to. I have no business playing e4 when I'm tired. I can play like queen pawn games in my sleep, but with e4, it's like it's not like if I had to do a scientific study where I played chess while I was drunk or sober, or very very sleep deprived or not, I think that my performance rating would probably be a lot better. Almost like I can play in my sleep when I'm playing queen pawn games, but the king pawn games are much less intuitive for me. When I realize I'm tired, I should change my approach. Today I didn't do that. Jordan's completely lost here. This is a real shit show. But I suppose there are a lot of ways I could mess this up. A4 is devastating. Yeah. Good try. Good try. Alright. I have to be careful, I don't have much time if I decide to play it like an animal here. Take, take, take. I want to get in a5, but at the same time, I don't want you to open the e file against me. So I really want to recapture. There's other ways to skin the proverbial cat. Could play even knight b5. I mean, f4 is another possibility. It's really loose. This should be a winning position, though, in all cases. I don't know. I don't know if he can. Maybe he has enough time to generate some counterplay. Maybe he's pretty cagey. What I did is probably not best with knight b5. I thought a4 was best for sure, but after e6 I have to think about it. You know, I'm not sure. Maybe I should have just taken on e6. I don't know. It's a tough one. We'll look at it after the game. This looks horrible for black, though. Another mistake probably by me. It's like the best same-ish King's India in the history for white, in the history of the world. Total devastation. It's almost mate. But we don't want to trade queens. Not today. It's really bad for black. Yeah, that is something I was concerned about. So I'll tell you what. Let's open the position a little, because I know you like the white squares here, right? And your king, not quite out though. But how is his king going to be safe at the end of the day in the wonderful world of white squares? Yeah, look at that. Hi, how you doing there? You good? Good, good, as Asterbate would say. He's making a run for the border. Well, if you want to make a run for the border, that's fine. Understandable. Shit, maybe I should have played e5, sacked a pawn first. It's so hard to decide. Yeah, I think this is your best shot. Great try. Gotta try to keep it closed. He might be able to hold this together because I hesitated. It's always going to be bad for black, but I don't know why is he thinking here? What are you thinking about? Seriously. Why think now? You have one move. What's the problem? Why is he thinking? His cat jumped on his lap. I mean, you got to play knight f8. There is no other move. Period. End of story. This is no time to think. This is never a position you should use your time in. The one automatic move that should be made in life. The only move that doesn't lose a piece when you have no counterplay. That was weird. Maybe he's afraid of g4, but I mean, okay. You can slow it down. You have h6, knight h7, lots of stuff. I'm not even sure if I want to play g4 objectively. g4, h6, h4. It's not so clear. I have this break on the queen side, by the way, with b4. How are your knights doing? Good? This is like the way I used to play chess. Wow, he's allowing g5. I don't know if that's a good idea, man. You know, objectively. I mean, it's got to be lost. It's got to be lost. Maybe you can try to play knight h5. Maybe you can sack a piece. Maybe I shouldn't even let you sack a piece, like knight g6, knight h6. I mean, black's lost d5. Ugh. I was just going to take on h5 and play g6 check, but I can win in a lot of ways. The battle of the bishops. Good bishop, bad bishop. Good bishop, bad bishop. His dark square bishop is a bit of a problem. Ugh. Yeah, it's not good. Let's just patiently torture black here. He does have queen b7 if he needs to defend the d5 square, so I can't kill him immediately. This is pretty horrifying. g6 check. Want to be patient about that. His only chance is on the queen b7 and getting counterplay. g6 probably. What I'm talking about is being patient, and g6 is not patient. It's the opposite of patient. So he's panicking and probably going to sack a piece. But I don't think he should do that, you know. Better to always try to be patient and be as patient as possible. Too much space. You can try to live. How about bishop d8? It's destructive, right? But I rarely play games like this on the stream because such closed strategy requires time and thought about, you know, maneuvering and whatnot. Reasonable to sack a piece at this point. Sack a point. He's sacking a point too. Sacking a piece. Sack a point. Only Aldisto could love these two bishops. Oh, all right. 119 to 27. Your own still has close to 20%. It's not bad. Not good, but not bad. Oh no. I'm actually not bad at tactics. I could have played rook h7 first. This also wins. This is like the best I felt all night. My last two games weren't too bad. I was very, very shaky in the beginning. There's this kind of like thought process that's just totally like chess specific that sometimes it takes time for me to get into the mode of thought that I need. You need to get warmed up, so to speak. One of my good chess friends, Bill Kelleher, always insisted on playing warm-up games before we would play in like a blitz tournament. And I always thought it was kind of stupid, but actually it's really important. Maybe not for everybody, but I am way worse in the early games than after I've played 5 or 6 games. But okay, this opening was a total abomination for black. I mean, starting with bishop g4, immediately like your own picks the worst possible move. That is like literally black's worst possible move that doesn't lose material. Can you think of a worse move for black there that doesn't lose material? Other than bishop g4? Seriously, what move that doesn't lose material for black here is worse than bishop g4? Okay, king d7, right? King d7 is probably the worst. Rook g8 isn't that bad, you know, compared to other moves. There's not a pawn move you can make that's that bad. Even like d5. Bishop g4 is probably like the second or third worst move on the board. Probably bishop e6 is like the same. So anyway, we enjoyed torturing him there. My best game yet. 1 inaccuracy. Played at move 15. Queen a2. Queen a2 inaccuracy. f4 was best. I didn't want to pull the trigger on f4 just yet. Alright, anyways. Bad opening by Ruin. So, anybody still going? Happy Pawn defending against Magniac. Magniac 1800. Happy Pawn. Ooh, black has a pawn there, but there's an a pawn. It's rook pawns in the knight in game. Bro, rook pawns in a knight in game. Go. It's not enough to save the game, but Happy Pawn putting up resistance against the 1800. Not so bad. Black might only have like one good move here. Okay, it's close. He can try. He can try. Let's see. Well, it's white's move. So what are you gonna play? Not difficult, dude. This is not a position to think either. You have one move. A5. Don't know why he's thinking on it. Pretty much everybody would play that. A5, black moves. A6, black moves. Yeah, well, maybe he sees. He sees the problem with it. There's no other plan to try. He didn't play it, he played King H1. That doesn't work, my friend, but it's close. It's a nice try. That's a nice try. Nice try. You need your king on F2. You need to play two moves. King F3, King F2. And even then, I don't know. This isn't going to work. But unfortunately, even if he played A5, he was going to lose. A5, knight E5. And black's just in time. A5, knight E5, A6, knight C6, and white resigns. He couldn't save the game. It didn't matter. Alright, so that's over. Aldister wins 7-0, Fischer style. Even beating Stapfargen in the end with crushing bishops. Another very sloppy game. Stapfargen not in good form tonight. Aldister only one blunder. He did let Stapfargen back. There was a point here where Stapfargen was fine. What was the opening? Oh. H3. Stapfargen trying something new. With H3. That's he's out. He's a little out of it tonight. H3, B6, knight C3, bishop B7, knight F3. Doesn't feel like Stapfargen was quite himself tonight. We all feel like that. So Aldisto crushes the field with a 2600 performance rating. The mysterious Aldisto. I got rejected back to third place. God Shankar beating Stefano. I only made third place. It's a miracle I got on the trophy level at all. 2190 performance by me. God Shankar with 2235, second place. Good job. And thanks everybody for playing. We'll be back tomorrow night with an analysis stream, and hopefully I'll be more conscious. But anyway, tough games tonight, guys. Thanks for playing. Thanks for joining us, and congratulations to Aldisto with the Grandmaster-like performance. Oh my God, I'm tired. Missed several good moves to win early.